regular meeting, Monday, August 22nd, 2016. The flag salute with Ms. Blossom.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Amendola?
Here.
Ms. Glasser?
Here.
Ms. Damitz?
Here.
Mr. O'Brien?
Here.
Ms. Perry? Mr. Lavasser? Ms. Amendola?
Here.
Mayor Bloom?
Here.
Solicitor Gladys?
Here.
Engineer Strunk?
Here.
And Public Works Director Kozrowski.
Here.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the bill list dated August 22nd, 2016.
So moved.
I second it.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated August 8th, 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion regarding the minutes? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? All opposed?
I abstain.
Thank you. Citizens' comments regarding our agenda items. Since we have Parks and Recreations on the agenda. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm
Bless
sorry.
you.
I'm gonna invite Chuck to come up to the microphone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chuck Worcester, and
And your
I
address.
my address, business address in Crafton,
Okay.
2 East Crafton Avenue.
Okay?
I'm a former resident, but moved away a few years ago. I'm here representing the Crafton Ingham Borough, and wanted to express our gratitude to Crafton Borough and its Public Works Department, Parks Department, for the assistance that they give us for our Crafton Ingham Rotary Root Fest. We've been doing the Root Fest now for better than 20 years. And this year, with your help and with all our people that came out to enjoy our event, we raised a record amount of money. Last year, we've made, I think our very first year when we did it, we made $8,000 or $9,000, and we've been boosting it up, and I think last year we made $16,000. This year we made over $22,000. And that's important because the overwhelming majority of that money stays right here in Crafton to support the fire department, the library, and all of the things that we do. So, but we couldn't have done it without the assistance of Public Works, and the boys came down and worked really hard. And I know they basically sacrificed a whole day away from the borough to help us out. But it was such a great event, and I thought it important for us to come represent the Rotary and thank you publicly. So we thank you, and we appreciate it very, very much. The use of the park, everything that you guys do. But it was great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
On behalf of the council, we appreciate all that you do for us in the community as well. So, thank you.
Thanks.
That is it, right, for agenda items, okay? Moving on then, I'll acknowledge receipt of the following written reports: the treasurer's report for May, the financial reports, the Act 511 and trash collection reports, the property tax collection report, the police report, the EMS report for May, the ordinance officers building inspection report, the public works report, the fire department report, and the library report. Any discussion on any of those reports? Oh, Philip joined us. Did you get Philip?
I did.
Okay. We'll move on then to the mayor's report.
Good evening. There's an item on the agenda tonight concerning a one-way travel on Orchard Way between Creighton Avenue and the alley at the end of the elementary school. There's a request that this street be made one way, and that's
what I figured was going to
to
happen.
facilitate traffic flow in the mornings when the kids are going off to school. There are a lot of parents that'll come in Orchard Way to drop their children off behind the elementary school where they can join in one of the playgrounds and go into the school. Traffic has been, it's a small alley, as most of you know, it's a one lane alley, and we're requesting that, that they're looking at the possibility of making this one way, let's say eastward from Noble Avenue back to the T at the end behind Creighton Avenue. So there's going to be a motion to advertise and have enough time for any citizens who want to make comments on that. I think that, especially during the school year and in inclement weather, that this would help for the safety of the children to gain entry in the back. And if you have an even traffic flow going in from Noble Avenue and out the other end, either to Creighton or Crafton Boulevard, I think that's a good idea. The other item on there, there's also going to be an advertisement for an ordinance 1639 to authorize the stop sign at the bottom of Willard Avenue at Clearview. And also, again, it's motion to advertise, and if there's any citizens who want to make comments concerning this issue or the Orchard Alley issue, that'll give them ample time to either talk to their council member or to come to the council meeting. That's all I have.
Thank you. Moving on then to the engineer's report.
Okay, the road program is significantly complete. We have some punch list items that need to be completed. So as of right now, we are recommending paying them for their second pay request. We are holding 5% retainage, which is over $10,000. And then we also got commitment from the water company to reimburse for a portion of Harris, or of Walnut, really. I guess it was Harris too, it was both. So that we'll follow through the punch list till the end. Just contacted the contractor today, and he's going to give me an update later in the week. O&M plan, preventive maintenance. State Pipe actually contacted us about a pre-con meeting, which I will get with Rob and Ann about this week. That's the last of the 4 annual programs that we do through SHACOG. And then we still have manhole-to-manhole liners that need to be installed, and we'll keep you posted on when those are going to happen as well. 2016 CDBG grants, we're going to go for, or you guys are looking to go for some more handicap ramps. We can only do these in certain areas, and I believe we doing 7, or are we still
I
going to
think
stick
we
with 5?
did increase that.
We increased it a little bit to
So
make sure
from
that we were
5 to
above.
7?
Yeah,
Okay.
we wanted to make sure we were above the minimum that they want you to submit for, which I think was 20,000. And then 2015 CDBG grant project. We're just waiting. The specs are complete, but we have to wait for Char West to give us some paperwork and let us know that it's okay to advertise, and then we send everything to them. So specs are ready. We're just waiting on Char West on getting those out for bid. And then we're also looking to re-advertise a pipe bursting contract for the storm sewer that's at Duncan. Basically runs between the homes behind the park up to Steuben. And I've talked to a couple contractors who were too busy earlier in the year but are interested in bidding it now. So we should get some bids this time. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Moving on then to the solicitor's report.
Thank you, Council President. 2 items, 78 Fountain Avenue. This one, as you may recall, is scheduled for trial in early December. We are basically trying to take the dilapidated property down. Most recently, the homeowner seems to have had a parting of ways with his attorney because he's not responding to his attorney, and his attorney is planning to withdraw from the case if he doesn't hear from the homeowner by Monday of next week. And we are moving ahead to trial. Any questions
Are we
about?
concerned about that?
We are not.
So we're still moving forward?
We're still moving forward.
Okay.
The second item, 96 Noble, as you recall, we've had some discussions about this being a dilapidated property, which managed to avoid us taking it down by them doing some construction and passing the code inspection, but not taking care of the problems. My office has had some contact with the taxing authority, which is Jordan Tax Service, and the possibility of sheriff selling the property for delinquent taxes. We've been in contact with the attorneys for Jordan Tax Service, and they are supposed to get back to us with tax statements next week. So, we'll see.
Okay.
Questions, anyone? Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome, thank you. Moving on then to the business agenda. First, under public safety, I'll entertain a motion to authorize police service agreement with the Borough of Thornburg, 3-year term with the option to extend 1 additional year, 2017 annual sum of $95,448.58, and that's payable in monthly installments.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, then all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to authorize to advertise ordinance number 1638, establishing a one-way travel on Orchard Way from Noble to Vance, which is what the mayor had discussed previously.
So moved. Second.
Moved in second, any additional discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? All opposed? Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to authorize to advertise ordinance number 1639, the installation of a stop sign on Willard at Clearview, which the mayor also discussed in his report.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Moving on then to Parks and Recreation. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Wayne Knopp to the Recreation Board for the term expiring September 30th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Wayne, for your continued support of the Recreation Board. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Brandy Gant to the Recreation Board for a term expiring September 2020 as well.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, and welcome Brandy Gant to the Recreation Board. I'm gonna let Ann give the next announcement regarding the dog paddle.
Yep, the annual dog paddle will be scheduled for Sunday, September 11th from 1 to 3. The cost is $10 per dog. It's a really great event. The dogs really enjoyed it. It's pretty crowded down there.
How many dogs
No
did we have
splash
last
pad,
year?
and no dogs in a splash pad though, I will say that.
How many dogs did we have last year?
Oh, I think they had like 250 dogs last year. So, yeah, they did. They made a ton of money. They did really good. They come in spurts, you know. So, it's on Sunday. That's important because it's always been on a Saturday, but Saturday is the Penn State game. So, that's why they moved
Can't
it to
interfere with the
Sunday.
Pitt Penn State game.
Nobody would, you know, so it's been a long time, so that's why they decided to make it on Sunday, September 11th.
Okay, thank you. Moving on then to Public Works. I'll entertain a motion to authorize 2016 road program, Melly and Melly Incorporated, payment request number 2 for $259,000, $259,388.60. And that was part of the 2016 road program budget.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, any discussion? And this is what the engineer spoke of earlier. Okay, hearing no discussion, then all in favor? All opposed? Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2016-07 for PA Small Water and Sewer Program, Johnson Street Sewer Repair Project in the amount of $164,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, any discussion?
Mayor has a question.
I'm sorry?
I have a question.
I was like, where is it coming from? Go ahead.
It's so
I'm sorry,
loud.
it's very loud. I'm sorry, caught off guard.
Is that project the one that addresses the sewer behind the properties that goes and then comes out? Now, is this gonna be a repair, all the way through?
Yeah, we'll share the design with you, what we're doing, but as of right now, that sewer between Emily and Johnston is in pretty bad shape. It runs under garages, it's kind of a mess out over there. So, and then we also have backflow in it as you come down, as it ties into Johnston. It kind of comes right between the lots and it kind of bends in and it ties in on Johnston.
Is
So
that
it's
gonna
gonna be,
be,
it's kind of gonna be like a redesign, and we're gonna take care of the issues with the line.
so it's coming down between the properties, is that just like gonna do lining, or are you gonna be digging in people's yards?
It's gonna be reconstructing a portion of it.
And they're gonna do that for $164,000?
We're
Yeah, well,
talking
that's a preliminary estimate right now. Once we get into the design, we'll get a tighter budget, you know, but yeah, we think we're not doing the whole line. It's not from, East Crafton or Crafton all the way to Johnston. There's portions of it that we're gonna be fixing.
Okay, thank you.
About how many linear feet and what's the diameter?
I gotta remember here. I think it's only an 8-inch line, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Isn't
think
it-
that's, I
it's
don't
like-
have that with me.
Yeah, it's been a while since I looked at it.
Yeah, I think it is an 8-inch line, I can't remember.
It's 15.
Is it 15?
Oh, is it?
I think, if I remember, I think it's the laterals, you looking to see if we can redirect the laterals to the front of the street?
Yeah, we've looked at quite a bit. We've looked at,
There's 2 lines that are fairly deep on Johnston.
Right.
It's not so long, really connected.
I believe it's the one, it's Emily that's gonna connect it to it. They come back, because the grade goes this way, yeah. Yeah, we've looked at a lot of different, we looked into possibly pipe bursting, and we looked at a lot of different options, but the bottom line is, when you go to tie in the laterals, you're gonna be in a tough situation if you try to burst it. So the best way to do it is to tear out the line and relay it to where you're not running under people's garages and corners of houses. It's just a bad situation. And we've known about it for a long time. So it's just been one of those things, we haven't had the money to do it.
So budget-wise, this would come out of this year's budget?
No, this
Come on.
is a grant
Oh, okay,
application.
grant.
This is only a 15% match on the borough's portion.
Mhm.
So the majority, the 164,000 is what the grant would be, and the other 15% is going to be the borough project. So we'll have to include that in the 2017 budget.
Oh, okay,
And we'll include it even if we don't get it. It'll come under corrective action plan.
okay.
And we actually will have monies left over from 2016 budget that we'll be able to carry over to cover that expenditure.
Yeah. Overall, it's a very substantial and needed project then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks.
Any additional discussion? Mr. Mayor?
No, thank you.
No additional discussion, then all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Moving on then to finance, I'll entertain a motion to approve, authorize the sewer service line repair, mailing service line utilities as submitted. We're talking about the service line warranty program?
Yeah, the letter.
Did you all have an opportunity to read the letter that was going to be sent? Okay. Can I get a smooth and second?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? So you all had an opportunity to read the letter, that's what's going to be sent.
Yeah, it's just providing more options to the public, you know, they'll have PA American, they'll have these folks, it's just more options.
To protect themselves.
Yes,
Okay.
This is just the first one. This is just the sewer and water line.
yeah.
Okay. All in favor then?
Aye.
All opposed? Moving on then to discuss the 2017 draft budget calendar. Did you all have an opportunity to review the budget information that was provided on Cubby and a calendar as well? So as you can see, it is a pretty tight timeline because we do have to advertise by November 18th. It has to be advertised for 10 days in order to give the residents an opportunity to come review it, speak, any questions or any changes that we may or may not need to make. So we are on a tight budget, or I'm sorry, on a tight timeline. And with, do you want to talk about the dates?
Yeah, I
So-
mean, typically in the last, I guess, few years, in December, we've only had the one meeting, that was always the second Tuesday, or Monday.
Due to the holiday.
And then due to the holidays, so if we keep on that path, it would be December 12th would be our meeting where we would have to adopt it. Otherwise, we would have to have a meeting on December 26th.
So just, in understanding why we're saying that we have a tight timeline, so it has to be advertised for 10 days. Typically, we only meet once in December due to the holiday. If that's the case, then we would have to adopt it on the 12th in order for it to go into effect for the new year. If we don't adopt it, or if we don't advertise it and adopt it on the 12th, then we're gonna end up having to have a meeting the week of the holiday. Everybody good on that? Any questions? Okay, so are we saying then that we are all in agreement that we will have a tentative budget meeting on October 17th
Right?
at 6:30? And then the following Monday, we have our council meeting at 7:15. Then we're basically going to have tentative budget meetings opposite of our council meetings on Mondays. Is everyone okay with that?
Yep. Yeah, just from a personal note, I may miss one of these meetings due to my wife's in the hospital, so.
Maybe having a baby?
Maybe having a baby.
Okay. Typically, we just did it on a Monday because our council meetings were on Monday,
Well, I
so
can't predict.
that's
Mother
not,
Nature.
no, okay. And then I'm also going to ask members of council, as you review last year's budget, if you have questions regarding specific line items, if you could email those questions to Ann and/or myself, or both of us, in advance of our budget meetings, so that if there is data or information that we need to do in order to bring it to the meeting so that we can discuss it, so that we are not spending hours on one line item at one meeting, just because of our timeline being tight. Okay? Did you have something?
I just am a little bit concerned because really, if looking at, I do not have a meeting scheduled for October 31st. It's Halloween, so, I just left that off. So, we could do something if you wanted to. So really, looking at that, even if it has to be advertised by the 28th. If I want to get it in the Observer Reporter, it has to be done, we have to be completed by the 18th, so it would go into the paper.
But
by the
it's not
23rd.
unrealistic to have our budget ready to be advertised by the 18th of November.
I agree, but I'm just saying, that only really gives us, if we have it done by the 23rd, that only really gives us 3 budget meetings. So I'm okay with it, I just am concerned that.
So we do have options available, but I would like to try to stay on point and get it done. Typically, in the previous years, we've gotten it done in 3 meetings, so we should be able to do it again.
Okay.
What are the options as far as like adding a meeting? Like if we know we're
I
struggling.
mean, and we definitely can do that.
Okay, but it has to be advertised,
Right.
so it would have to be, that's why I try to do it up front.
Mhm.
I would rather schedule too many meetings and cancel them because all I have to do is post the building. Otherwise, let's say we meet on November 7th, okay? And we need another date and we want to meet on we would have to give 48 hours notice, then we would have to advertise in the Post-Gazette, okay? So it would be a little bit, it would be a lot pricier.
Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to do this? Would you like to schedule a meeting in the middle of the week of November 13th? Like maybe on a Wednesday and, wait, November 16th. So we will have had one budget meeting, 2 budget meetings by this time, right?
Right.
So if we scheduled a tentative November 16th, which is a Wednesday, we can advertise that we're gonna have that meeting. Oh, it is? Okay, well, let's make it different. How about
The ninth.
Thursday?
How about the ninth?
Okay, the ninth. So if we schedule a tentative one midway,
Okay.
if we're struggling on the 7th, and we know that we're gonna need this one plus this one, you know what I mean, then we can have that meeting, or do you wanna make it later? Do you
No,
wanna
I think the
schedule-
9th is a good day, because this way it would give us a little time, like if we had
Because
information.
we can meet here, we can meet here, we can meet here, and then maybe we won't have to meet at all in December.
Right,
Are
exactly.
you follow?
That would give us 4 good, solid budget meetings. And we could always stay, like at the end of the discussion meeting, if we really had some questions or something like that too. We can stay that particular. But the November 9th would be a good day to add, so this way we can advertise.
Okay, so we'll potentially have 2 budget meetings in that 1 week, if that's okay with everybody. Okay, okay, so you'll do this one?
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a new calendar and
Okay.
upload it and, you know.
Would it be the same start, 7:15?
Is that a
We
good time?
we always did
6:30.
6:30 for the budget meetings, that's what we did last year.
Do you need me later, earlier?
Earlier, I guess, would be better. If that's all right.
Just by a show of hands, between 6 and 6:30, is 6:30, or 6 too early?
For me, it's a
It's a struggle.
struggle.
So 6:30 okay for you?
6:30 is very
So
good.
then
Okay.
we keep it at 6:30, is that okay with you? Okay? Okay.
Okay, good, thank you. And I'll upload a new calendar and, you know.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about budget? Nope? No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Moving on then to comprehensive planning.
No updates.
No updates at all?
No, I left phone calls with the consultant, I'm waiting for Elaine or Jim to give us a call back, but from what I understand, they're working with, was it Debbie or? They're working with
Yes.
Debbie on finance, they were working with.
Ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're working together with her and they're working on their plan right now, so they've got all the input that they needed, and I'm assuming that they're gonna reach out to the steering committee and for additional input. Majority of the heavy lifting's been done for the community, now they're doing their job, so we are just waiting for an update really from the consultants.
Okay.
And I'll try to, I'll call them too, and if they don't call me back by the end of the week, I'll stop in there, because the office I work in is right near there, so I'll stop in.
We're supposed to have a committee meeting in September.
Yeah.
Just no date has been determined, so.
Yeah, they said they would have more information by September, so.
It's right on the corner, so.
Okay, thank you. Ann, would you like to make the following announcement?
Sure. Jordan Tax Services will be here on Thursday, August 25th from 1 to 4, and Wednesday, August 31st from 9 to noon. They'll be here at the Borough Building to collect the school district taxes for the convenience of the residents. And Allegheny County Vacant Property Recovery.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
They're coming to collect the taxes from you, or they're coming to collect the taxes and the residents are all coming to pay?
The residents can come and
Gotcha.
pay. It's just a convenience for the residents, so they, because a
Don't
lot
have
of
to mail
people
it.
like, right, they like to pay it in person.
Okay, thank you.
And Allegheny County Vacant Property, the applications are due August 31st. There's flyers on the table, and you have to share a common boundary. There is one resident that came up and got some information, so she actually may be applying. So, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And then lastly, Saturday, September 17th, from 9 to 4 is the Alcoasand Open House.
Okay, do you know if we have additional citizens?
There isn't any additional citizens comments. Yeah, because she.
No, I mean, I know, he came in, I think, after you guys,
Here's
not-
the
you're-
reporter, and
okay.
then, Anthony, do you have anything you want to say? Hopefully Anthony doesn't.
Okay,
No, actually, there's Anthony.
I know, I told him to. Okay, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.